Hey guys, so I decided to make a video on a couple of things a few of you guys have asked, which is what's a twin flame, and I mean the answer to that is pretty simple and at the same time complex. So to explain what a twin flame is basically to explain what we are not. Basically, there's no way to really explain or describe exactly on a tangible level what is a twin flame. But to put it into context, basically, in a nutshell, and I'll go into it a little bit deeper, but firstly, before I tell you what a twin flame is, I want to describe a little bit more about what's called your soul, or the soul, or the the oneness, or all these are all just words, and they're all just concepts that people talk about these things, and a lot of people talk about them as if they know what they are, as a concept. But to know what these things are is an individual thing. It's a soul thing. So your personal experience of that, which I'm talking about, is your, you can put your own label on it, you can put your own words to it, you can put your own ideas to it, to what that experience is. So it's an individual thing. So I can only kind of describe my personal view of it, and some of you guys might experience that, which is just this, to me, what the soul is. The soul is everything, basically. So the soul is consciousness. The soul is life itself, and we are all that. Every single one of us are that. Every single thing around us is that, and the space between those objects is that as well. So there is no disconnection, if that makes sense to you guys. There is no separation. Everything is all interconnected and intertwined and in perfect balance. It just, the times that we live in, you'd think otherwise. To look out into the world and you see what's going on, and you see people, suffering and all this stuff, and you'd think otherwise. You'd think, well, why the fuck would this be part of, the intelligence of creation? Why would this be part of it? And the answer is fucking quite simple. Because we are the creators. We are the soul. And it is right in front of us. The soul. Consciousness. Fucking spirit of life, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. Buddha. There's another word for you. It's just words. Every single culture, every single country, little groups all have their own definitions and words for what I call the soul, and none of them's wrong. None of them's wrong. They're all just like little signs, like little guideposts, little signposts to guide us to talk about something that cannot be defined. It cannot be defined. It's life itself. It's the, let's just say, everything around us is the manifested. It's physical, it's tangible. We are aware of it. The awareness itself is not a physical thing. The awareness itself is aware of these things. The awareness itself is as it is. It just is. It doesn't need anything. It's free to enjoy everything. And I guess the way you could describe is we, as that infinite fucking power of the universe, that infinite power, as that, we are that attention, we are that awareness. We've been taught to put that into creating things that really serve us. You know, we've created all these ideas and beliefs and things around who we are and limit us. They limit us. And they hold us back. And it's about, you know, the beliefs that we need to cling to those ideas in order to, you know, one day, eventually, we'll get there. One day, eventually will be enough, you know. And I guess what you could call the soul, there's a part of you, a deep part, that knows, just knows, deep down. It knows it. It knows what you need. It knows what to do. It knows how to give it to you. It knows what you deserve. It knows what you are. It wants you to have every fucking thing that you want, you desire. And unfortunately, we've just tied that consciousness up into ideas that have been given to us, passed on through generations, thousands of years of ideas about who we are, what we need to do about it. And it's all part of the expansion. It's what the soul is. It's expansion. It's expansion. We're bigger than what we realise. We're a lot more powerful than what we realise. And our power is just a concept of power. What's our concept of power? Well, you look around and you can see that what people think power is. And you see the suffering that creates for each other, having, well, what people believe and think power to be is control. You know, some people control over other people. It's not power. Power is to let people be. Let yourself be. Power is not needing any of it, but when it comes along, you fucking enjoy it while you can. Power is understanding what you are and who you are at your deepest level, so you can understand a lot of the ideas and things that are quite common are actually, you know, not the truth. They're not. They're bullshit. They're lies, and to understand that and to let that shit go is the doorway. I mean, letting things go, letting them go, letting the thoughts go, letting those patterns go. Break free. Put that infinite power and wisdom into the new. And anyway, understand thousands of years of accumulation of energy, ideas and beliefs we have about the world and about us, about things around us, and then being told that this is who we are, right? So we are these little squishy bodies we're in, and then these little identities that we've been given. We are that, and that's all we are, you know. And there's part of you that just knows deeply that you're more, and you crave it, and you try and find it. Try and find that more. Where is that more? It's there, but where the fuck is it? I've looked everywhere. I've looked in other people, I've looked in relationships, I've looked in things, looked in places, and it's still that thirst for more, isn't there? Understanding what that is, and to slowly let that shit go. Because what are we looking for? Is it more? Something more is going to come in the future. You know, we're going to get better in the future, are we? We're going to get better. You know, we're going to become more. And all these accumulations, basically, I think I've said in previous videos, intertwined cycles. There's its thought cycle. So there's some thought cycles. There's thought cycles. And then they stop. And then there's the next thought cycles and emotional patterns. And then there's the next cycles and emotional patterns. And then and it's just ongoing. And it goes around. And each cycle might pop up once a week. Every day the same cycle. Once, you know, there could be a particular cycle that builds and builds and builds. And then eventually that cycle, you know, appears once every few months. And they're all cycles, and they're all designed to accumulate, accumulate more of ourselves. And to understand, this is what we've done for thousands of years. We've accumulated, we've divided, we've conquered, and we've fucking chopped the other person down so that we can, you know, perceivingly feel better about ourselves because we've got more than that person, or we're, you know, these types of ideas. And understanding that to let go of those ideas, you know, in the eyes of the world, people think you're a bit probably think you're crazy. Not having attachments to things. Because if you were to let go of attachment, then who are you? Who would you be then? The personality, it might disappear. That's scary. That triggers a belief. Nothing. I am nothing. That belief's quite triggering, and it's not very nice. It's not a very nice vibration to think, is it? That I am nothing. And so we fear that. We try and become something. We do anything to become something, to be somebody, because we don't want to be small and insignificant. They're all patterns. We're infinite. And they're only just words. Infinite, wisdom, all these words and these things, but they're all whole vibrations. And we can choose these words. Let go of the old thoughts. And we hold a high vibration. And like I say, the process of letting go creates, what does it create? It creates, you let go of part of who you thought you were and who you think you are. And what's there then? What's there when that little cycle disappears, or that layer of your, what's perceived as humanity? It just disappears. What's there then? Those beliefs are triggered. Well, if that's not there, there's nothing there. So I need to fear that. Can't let that happen. I've got to cling. I've got to hold on to these ideas of myself. I'll do anything to protect those ideas. I don't want to feel lost. I don't want to feel insignificant. I don't want to feel like nothing. And they're those exact ideas and beliefs that actually keep us trapped. They keep us stuck. They keep us scared of these fucking feelings, these emotions, that I'm nothing. Well, what does it feel like when the I am nothing belief goes away? What's there then? Space. Peace. Choice. Freedom. Fun. Expansiveness. Fucking all of these things that are hiding underneath those patterns. They're already there. You don't have to do anything to accumulate anything about yourself. There is nothing to accumulate. There's nothing needed. It's already there. That's the beauty of it. It's one of the one things that it's not taught. It's not widely taught. Is to let go. It's just like, listen to the crow in the background. Listen to him. He's there. Squawking away. And then there's a slight little irritation that comes up, isn't there? Why is that crow doing this to me? Why is he squawking? He's ruining my day. So you resist him, don't you? You resist that noise. And then you think about it. And the emotion that comes up, it triggers a thought. I need to get rid of that fucking crow because he's driving me nuts. And what do? You get up and you yell at him and you fucking, I don't know, whatever you do. You do that. And you feel like shit, don't you, for a while? You do, you feel like shit. You put yourself into a heightened anxiety state and your head says, oh yeah, that's what I needed to do, because you reiterated that belief. So that belief actually, what's the word? The irritation is one part of the belief. Let's just say the negative side. And then the positive, which is the irritation, right? So then you do what you do and reiterate it. You confirm that belief that, yep, that fucking crow is pissing me off and he needs to shut his mouth, right? And feel good about yourself. Your thoughts are, oh yeah, fuck that crow. He deserved it. That bastard. And it gives you a little hit of dopamine, doesn't it? It doesn't last for long, because there'll be another crow tomorrow, and then you're gonna want to yell louder, and then eventually you're gonna start throwing rocks at the crow, and you're accumulating. These beliefs are designed to accumulate. And what are they accumulating? More and more and more fucking pain. Accumulating. And all we have to do, instead of the big stories that we add to the fucking crow, the fucking bastard piece of shit crow, he's got to die, motherfucker, and all these things, instead of these big stories, we stop resisting. Yeah, you can throw a rock at the crow if you want, you know, and chase him away. Not to hurt him, obviously, but to chase him away. You'll never ever hit a crow. You can try, but you never will. Anyway, it's not about throwing rocks at animals. This is just to give you an idea and some examples of irritations and things, you know. Kids is another one. It's the same thing. They're making noise, they're being noisy. They're irritating me, I need to stop them. Then you stop them, and then you get the hit of dopamine, or the you know, you tell yourself, and that's the beliefs that are playing. These are the cycles. It's about understanding. What's the belief? Well, you know, the belief could be people are shit. It could be a belief. People are shit. And then, or, you know, I need to get angry to control things. There's your belief. It's about looking deeper at these things. And then once you see them for what they are, You can see that, well, the crow doesn't give a fuck. He's going to fly away and do it to the next person and irritate the fuck out of them. So you've got no control. You can do things, or you can, like you can yell at the crow. He might not leave. You can whinge about the crow and go and tell your neighbours about the crow and what an asshole crow that you've got that's there, and you're fucking going to get him. You could spend the next fucking year trying to get this one crow. You could. Or you could just let it go. Doesn't matter. If there's nothing else to do, you've kind of exhausted your options. Just take a breath. The noise, the irritation of that, the vibration of that noise of that bird is going to go straight through you. Because you're not resisting it. You're relaxing. You're listening to the crow. You let the fucking noise play with your eardrums. Listen to him. Actually investigate it. Question these things. That's just a small example. So there's an example of a pattern, of a cycle. That's a victim mentality. That person, that fucking animal, that thing, that child is doing something to me. I need to do something about it. It's triggering an emotional pattern that you've never faced and you've never learnt about, and you've never actually learned to use productively. And quite a lot of us haven't, so it's just about revisiting these things, and realizing that the only person that gets hurt or feels the pain is you. By resisting, you're resisting what happens in the moment. It's like the intelligence of creation is what we are. That intelligence has chosen at this point in humanity, thousands of years of accumulation of who we are. Now it's time to let go. It's time to... And letting go isn't what you believe it to be. Letting go sounds all majestic. Oh, I'm just going to let it go. And it's fucking not. It's fucking hard. It's fucking hard to let go. It's not about letting go of the physical thing. To let go of parts of your accumulated self is to grieve for every layer. Thousands of years of accumulation. This is why we're here. This is why this is happening. And this is just the fucking beginning. Understand, this isn't personal. This is about evolution. This is about us realizing that we are part of something bigger. We're part of, understanding and letting go of these beliefs and these cycles are going to get us what we're asking for, because we're all asking for it. We're fucking screaming for it. And like I said, there's that intelligence of creation that listens and it hears everything. Every single thing. And it's answering it's answering us. We just don't know how to listen. We don't know how to, we haven't been taught how to listen. Because we're too busy accumulating. Chopping each other down and just going through these continuous fucking cycles. We have no space. We have no peace in between the cycles. And this is what this is about. It's about breaking us out of the cycles little bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. That intelligence that is the soul, that we all are, that oneness that we all are, is running the show. And, we are all part of that. And we all have the individual, I could say, parts to play. We all have individual responsibilities to break out of these cycles, and free ourselves, free each other, stop the cycles and the continuation of that person's hurting me. I need to retaliate. I need to do something about that. And they're hurting. That's why they're hurting you. They're fucking hurting. That's why people hurt people. That's why people trigger the pain in others. Because people don't hurt people. The pain's already there. It's a trigger. Some people enjoy it because it makes them feel superior. Some people, it's just there's all different cycles, and it's about looking at what cycles are going on in your particular life, and then understanding that breaking free of that shit. Where this is the time we're breaking free of, these cycles, and to come together and to understand what the soul is to understand what it's not. So in our minds exists thoughts in consciousness about the past identity, who we were, future identity, what may happen, or what it believes is going to happen, right? Those beliefs are in consciousness, in the soul, and the soul wants you to have whatever the fuck you want. You want you to have whatever you want. You want all these things. And we've been taught that we need this and we need that to be happy. And the beliefs that are tied up in consciousness. So that let's just say consciousness can bring us whatever we want. The soul can bring us whatever we want. And you just have to understand that how we attract things is energy. Energy and consciousness. And then we look at, you can go into, particular souls. So there's little, let's just say fragments is what of souls, right? Ever seen the movie Souls, that little cartoon that's on TV? Just like that. Similar, quite similar to that. And it's a knowing. Where do you think that movie came from? It came from the fucking soul. It came from all of us here asking for what we want, which is to understand what the fuck we're doing here. Why we're here. Why is this happening? Because we wanted to experience it. We wanted to experience freedom. So how do we know freedom? How do we know what freedom is? Because how would you even define freedom until you've been trapped or, you know, stuck in a cage, stuck in these patterns? And I mean, how would you know what hot was if you didn't experience cold? So understanding this is the tipping point of humanity right now. You're part of it. You're fucking part of it. Your specific experience is part of an infinite expansion of that oneness of the soul. We're all letting go of all these ideas and accumulations and freeing ourselves from these patterns. So why are we freeing ourselves? So we can, why the fuck wouldn't we want to be free, you know? Be free is to not need and not cling to each other. Just let each other be as we are. And if, you know, and, you know, just to allow that process and have that trust in that expansion, you know, that awareness and the path, or what you want to call it, the path. Some people call it the path to enlightenment and shit, you know. It's only a fucking word. They're just words that have been used by different generations, and you know, it's nothing to be feared. Enlightenment is what we are. Enlightenment is to let go of what we're not. We are not the past. It's gone. Future's not here yet. We are right now. We are existence. We are that attention. We are that choice. And understand that by letting go and making that choice to let go of those patterns, the old, like I said, the old accumulations, the thoughts and all the shit, facing those painful emotions and fears and things, realizing what they are, letting go of all those things. What's underneath that? Yes, there's space. There's nothing. No thing. It's quiet. Stillness. Still. Everything's fucking still. It's peaceful. It's fucking fun. It's exciting. It's, you know, everything, the whole physical fucking universe, world around you, particularly your experience, begins to talk to you, show you signs, numbers, you know, there's numbers, there's every single moment is the opportunity to be aware of these things and to let go. Just breathe and just be. Whatever's in front of you, if there's, you know, there's fun to be had, go and have fun. Understanding that all these things that we've labelled put these labels on each other. And we suffer. We've caused all our suffering, you know? And it's by default. It's inherited. But it's now our responsibility to learn and to listen. New ways of being. Learning to let go. Learning non-resistance to each moment as it presents, understanding and trusting. And there's things that you're going to struggle to accept. You're going to struggle. You're going to grieve. That's what we're here to do. We're here to grieve and to let go of all this shit and this pain and you know, like I said, how do we know what cold is unless we've experienced hot? So we've got, you know, experience all the shit times to realise what we don't want. The parts of ourself we let go. We don't let go of people and things and other things. We let go of the beliefs around ourselves. We stop attracting those situations. We attract better situations. We don't go out and fucking grasp and cling and try and strive for these better situations. We strive within. We put the effort within. It's put effort within. Quite simply is to let go. There is no effort needed. It's paradox. It's paradox, and it's all hidden in plain sight. The soul, like I said, the soul doesn't actually exist here. Everything exists within the soul. Like I said, the mind passes future, is past and future. The mind is not you. You are not the past, you are not the future. You may have knowings about your future. You may have like inklings or you may have those psychic, metaphysical bloody abilities or, you know, gifts and things, you know, that people call. We all have that. It's about understanding that that's part of a new way of being, a new way of helping each other, a new way of existing and experiencing existence. We're experiencing the existence and we're acknowledging that. So we're not the past and we're not the future, we're now. If we're not the past and we're not the future, everything that exists and everything that has existed exists right now, doesn't it? There is no separation between past and future. Your mind might be saying, that's confusing. That's a pattern. The soul knows. You know, it's the mind that gets confused, and it's the belief systems that get confused, because that doesn't sound right. Well, the choice is what if we're the soul, basically means that we've chosen already our past and our future. We've chosen it. We've chose to go through the experiences and go through that part of life, and now we've chosen to let all that shit go and experience, you know, what it's like to let go and how to let go and teach others how to let go and to move forward and not be stuck in the past, move forward, experience new things and better things and lift ourselves up in expansion, not be stuck in the past, not be stuck on those identities because we're not that. It's the old ways. New ways is expansion. Old ways. I need to feel what's going to happen. New ways. I wonder what's going to happen. New ways. Wow, what the fuck is going to happen next? Wow, this is so exciting. Oh my God. Letting go of that control. So you can see what the possibilities are. Let go of that control. Let go of something and let go of the unknown. Walk into the unknown, I should say. Let go of the certainty. Walk into uncertainty. What's going to happen next? Fucking surprise me, universe. Surprise me, consciousness, fucking soul, whatever. Fucking surprise me. Whatever name you give it. You are that. It's just about understanding that what you ask for is what you receive. And it may not come in the time frame that you want. You may have to be patient. You might have to learn to let go of the need for it, to let it and allow it and believe and let those beliefs go, you know, and realize that you deserve it, that you are it, you're a match to it, you become the match to the thing that you want. And effortlessly, the thing shows up. You don't need it. You don't need it, you don't cling to it. It's free to be what it is and do what it's fucking doing. You can just enjoy it while it's here. Enjoy it. Enjoy the people that are brought into your life. Understand that every single moment is fucking unfolding for you. And that's hard to take sometimes because there's deaths and there's these things and all this shit that goes on and we can't accept that. But then we get up, we let's say we judge ourselves because we can't accept it. Oh, because I can't accept that somebody's doing this and I need to be cross at myself. No, you fucking don't. That's just more resistance. Understand, they're both patterns, both of them. Both patterns, because everything that happens is exactly how it's supposed to fucking happen. Why? Because that's what's fucking happening. We're resisting it. That's why we're fucking causing ourselves so much pain and suffering. Because we resist. We've been taught to resist. It's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. It's not good. This moment's not good enough yet. Why? Because of this. Why? Because I'm having these thoughts. That's why it's not good enough. I need to think better. I need to be better. I need to fucking this. I need to do that. No, you fucking don't. Realize this is all patterns. It's accumulation. What you need to do is realize and notice the patterns. And learn that you don't need them anymore. You don't need those thoughts. You don't have to listen to the thoughts. You can listen to the crow. Listen to him. He's just talking. He's talking to the other crow. They're just having a chat. And here you are, judging them. It's up to you what you do. You make yourself suffer. We've been taught. It's about unteaching. Realizing that we are not these things. And noticing things that we're taught not to notice, like silence. Have you ever heard the silence that exists behind it all? Have you ever sensed it, noticed it, behind all the sounds? There's a silence there Put your attention there. See what happens. Have you ever looked around and noticed that there's something about everything you look at in every single moment that never changes? There's a presence there, isn't there? It's a presence. And yeah, it sometimes triggers emotion to realise and to recognise this presence. An emotional pattern's triggered. Oh, this is scary. What the fuck is that? It feels like something's looking at me. You're looking at you. You're bigger than what you realise. You're expansive. To realise you are that. You're not the emotions. You may experience the emotions when you notice the presence that's there. It fucking never goes away. Once you notice it once, it never leaves. Doesn't matter what's happening in this world, in this life, it's there. Understand that presence. Put some attention there. You put attention on that presence. Instead of those thoughts, everything else dissolves. Oh, that doesn't seem fun. That's not interesting. That's boring. Patterns. And those patterns, they'll come up over and over and over and over again. Different patterns. They'll all come and they're all fighting for your attention. And you can notice that presence. You can notice the silence behind everything. You can notice the the stillness that's there. The stillness of that presence. It's a presence. That's still. Everything's still. Notice that. Start questioning that. Realise that's what you are. Realise that the body and the mind exist within that presence. That presence is non-existence. That presence is before existence even existed, right? That presence is that intelligence, that acceptance, that intelligence, that love, the deep love, the peace, right? That is what that is. That is what you fucking are. It's just a lot of that's tied up in these patterns. And like I say, you let go of these patterns. There's space. What is space? You. It's proven. Google it. There's 99.9999999% space in everything. Wrap your mind around that. I think I might have touched on that in a couple other videos. It's proven. Atoms, we exist. Atoms are existence, right? And then the matter inside the atom, inside the vortex of the atom, is minute. And then you've got the two, let's just say, tangible objects that spin around each other, right? Create that vibration. And then the distance between those two things, in comparison to the size of the whole atom, is to calculate that and to measure that. We're made of that. It's mostly space. 99.99999% space. That's the soul. The soul is the attention, the presence, the awareness, the stillness, the peace. These are all words. It's about experiencing this for yourself. When something earth-shattering happens and then you surrender to what? Surrender to that intelligence you are. Surrender to it. And you might tell yourself, well, no, I can't accept this. Surrender to it. There's nothing else to do. It's not in your control. This is bigger than you, and it also is you. This is about evolution. This is about letting go. And these things that are happening are causing us to face this shit. We have no choice but to face it. We have no choice. We've already chosen. Like I said, we are the soul. It's not past, it's not future. We've decided what we want to experience, and our consciousness is conscious right now at this particular time in the timeline of humanity. This is where our consciousness is expanding out. It's expanding out. We're letting go of those beliefs about us being separate, because they're all beliefs, and understanding this for ourselves, we become more and more one. We become synchronistic. We synchronize. What's the word? Synergy. We synergize. We start working together, and what we can achieve together is much more than what we can achieve by ourselves. They're beliefs, that we're scared of each other. We need to be afraid, and yeah, there are some fucking dangerous people there. You do stay away, but there's a lot of people that use psychological warfare as well, and understanding how they control you is to let go of those patterns, and to let go of those patterns, they no longer control you, so then you have control of your own fucking life, and then those people don't exist in your life. They don't come in. They're not a match to your vibration anymore. People who are nasty to you can't fucking come into your life, simple as that. As you let go, don't fight them. Maybe you might have to, you may have to fight, but 99% of the time, the battle's within. The fight is within. Learn to let go. Learn to accept those parts of who you were. Accept them. Give them attention. Let them pass. Let them go. You don't need them anymore. Let them go. What's under there? What's underneath there? Well, that's up to you to find out. It's expansions under there. New. There's fresh, new, exuberant, expansive, infinite possibilities are under there. It's just about letting go of that fear of the unknown, letting go of that fear of uncertainty, letting go of those attachments to those old identities and emotional patterns and things. Let them all go, moment by moment by moment. Every moment we have a choice. Every single moment something's presented to us. There's a person in front of us. There's a thing in front of us. There's a situation that occurs, and we have these choices: resist, or let life flow. Let it flow. Life has the intelligence. It's beyond us to understand, and we won't understand that intelligence until we let this shit go. Because let's just say that power that we are wants to give us that power. Wants us to be aware of that power. Wants us to use that power. For what though? Do you think it is expansive to fight each other and to fucking kill each other and all that shit? Or to run around and abuse each other? We let that shit go, and we let it go, and then we understand what's under that is true power of creation. We free our minds. We let go of all those cluttering beliefs and thoughts and bullshit. Let it all go. And we learn. We learn what our minds are actually supposed to be for. That's to have whatever the fuck we want. It's letting go of the need for it. Letting go of that anticipation pattern. The patterns of anticipation, of expectations. Well, I want this and I want it now, and fucking I need to try hard and do everything to get it. No, we actually deserve it, and we actually are a match to it because we are that. It's just about experiencing the physical version of it. We can create it in our minds. It's called manifesting. Google it. There's lots of things. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a good one. He's, you know, um, I think The Gift on Netflix, you know, there's all different versions of that, and it's an individual thing. It's an individual discovery and realizations for you, for yourself, from that soul perspective. And making that choice against all the odds, against all the people that call you fucking crazy and all this shit that they go on with because they want to be stuck in their old shit. They want to be stuck in the old patterns. Fucking let them stay there. They're not your responsibility. Your responsibility is your particular perspective, your situation, your family, you comes first. You know, you've chosen this let's just say identity, and you've chosen the process to be part of this. You know, this next few years that you're here. You don't know how long you're going to be here. Might not be that long, so why not starting to join it now? You know, there's a lot of painful patterns, and it's about bringing a new way of being to those things, new ways of understanding, and it's all going to come out. It's like going down the rabbit hole. It's about expansiveness. It's about infinite, which infinite. There is no fucking end. You know, the mind patterns are going to say, well, one day I'm going to get there. The soul says you're never going to get there, but you're going to get fucking better and better and better in each moment. Things are going to get better and better because you deserve it, and you realize you deserve it, and you understand that, you know, the power is in letting go and surrender and acceptance and just being, you know, just be. Ask and you receive, you know, ask for it. It's the power of it. We use our minds to ask and create. We create it with our minds and we let it go. We don't have to do anything about it. We let it go. We let go of time. We let go of a need for it. And we go on with our lives and we enjoy things. And as they're presented, we look at them and we examine them, and we don't need to like judge them. We question the patterns as they pop up. We look at every situation and the synchronicities that occur in every situation. We look at it as the fucking gift that it is, as a fucking miracle, what people call miracles. There's miracles every fucking moment. Every single moment. The miracle is the body. There's trillions of things going on inside your body, and it's all happening because you trust that intelligence. That intelligence. You know? Learning to trust that intelligence. Trust that the thing that you want is going to show up. It's going to show up. It might not show up the way you want it to. It might show up in a better way. You might want freedom. Well, freedom might mean to let go of your current situation and go off on another path. Or freedom might mean to let go of who you thought you were and let life show you who you truly are, you know? Let the soul take the reins, so to speak. Let that consciousness, presence, fucking, I don't know, stillness, whatever word you got for it. Buddha, let the Buddha within come out every moment. Just remember, soul, well, fuck, this is written in places, I've read it before. Soul is guiding. Soul guides. My soul will guide me. It's the truth. Just have to be here now, to stay in the now, and to acknowledge the now. Ask those questions. Ask the questions in your mind, yeah? Talk to yourself, yeah, in your mind. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself out loud if you want. Talk to yourself in your mind. Question those thoughts. Oh, I'm no good. There is no such thing as good and bad. truth. And yeah, it's understanding those things, and the twin flame side of it, which is what I was going to speak about, is understanding that we fear facing our fears. We fear facing those emotions. And we've chosen as the soul to run into somebody, another person in this lifetime that's going to help us with that. Their job, so to speak, is to show us what we're not. Is to show us what we believe about ourselves subconsciously, so we don't realise we believe these things. Their job's to bring that shit out, to bring those fears out, to bring those emotions out into the open, where we can look at them and question them and face them and let them go. Simple. I'll go into that a bit deeper. It's an individual. It's an individual realization. And nobody else can live your life except you. Nobody else can experience your life except you. So it's about realizing the truth of things, you know. We're all focused on everybody else. We're taught to focus on everybody else. Because if we focus on ourselves, when I say ourselves, is our own lives and our own, you know, working on our thoughts and our experiences and things, you know, taking responsibility for our own lives and these things. You know, we're taught that that's selfish, self-centered. And don't get me wrong, there are people that are completely, that's all they think about is themselves, you know. That's not what I'm talking about. They're thinking about themselves all the fucking time because they, you know, it's those beliefs. They're thinking about other people, how other people can serve them, but constantly they're consumed by it. So they're still suffering as well. So there is no right or wrong. There's no such thing as any of it. They're all just ideas and judgments, you know. I'll have to go into twin flame stuff at a later date. This here was more just a message for, you know, whoever needs it. There's some people will need this shit in the future. They'll need to hear this, and they need to understand and fucking realise this for themselves, and this will bring them to that place and understanding. This is why I'm doing it. So, and I'll keep doing it. And keep expanding and learning, looking at new ways of being, and have courage and enthusiasm and understanding, compassion. Because for what's coming, guys, and part of this expansion, we're going to need compassion. We're going to need you. You're part of something bigger. You are something bigger than what you realise, you know. So, peace.